And what is going on, people? Welcome to another episode of the Series X podcast. That is right, guys. We are live on a Wednesday once more. Guys, I do apologize. When it comes to my work schedule lately, I don't know what's going on here. It seems like the warehouse just really wants to mess with the Series X podcast. It's like somebody paid this warehouse to say, you know what? You gotta stay here on Sunday no matter what until after that show is supposed to be live. But we are not gonna die away. We are not gonna just fade into that darkness. We are gonna come back, and we are live right now for you guys. What is going on, chat? Great to see you guys. As usual, let's get the business side of things over with real quick. As usual, hit that thumbs up button. Share this show out there and let the Xbox gamers know that there is an all Xbox show out here and it's live right now. If you prefer to play on Xbox, if you are tired of hearing about console war drama, this is the show where the only platform you will hear, the only platform name you will hear is Xbox. And that's on the show and in the chat. Shout out to the moderators out there, guys. You know what to do, especially the one with Thor's hammer, Crispy Bomb. Crispy Bomb, it is good to see you in the chat as always. Moderators, hold it down. You see any P words or N words, and you know what I'm talking about. You pull them out of the chat. Repeated offenders will get, I guess you could say, quieted. Yeah, I guess we'll go with quieted. But guys, silenced. Yeah. But guys, we have a great show planned for you. Some awesome topics. Not only that, some things that people, as usual, aren't really talking about, and I don't know why. So we're gonna get in with some interesting topics. But first, I gotta introduce. First off, my partner in crime, my brother from across the pond, the elusive gamer himself, Jamie Moran. What is up, brother?
Hey, dudes. Happy to be here, and we've got some interesting stuff to talk about. And, I'm hyped because we actually have Cyberpunk next week.
Oh, shoot. And, Jamie, correct me if I'm wrong, but there possibly might be two Jamie rants tonight. Two.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, exciting, guys. You're gonna get two rants from Jamie tonight, and I think it's gonna be very, very interesting. And guys, just for shits and giggles, my brother from another mother, my Italiano brethren from down there in Florida is hanging out with us for a little bit tonight. Italian Clowns from Four Guys with Quarters, man. What is up, brother?
Hey, forget about it. What's up, Paisan?
Fugaze. Oh, never mind. Can't say that. But, yo, what is going on, brother? How is the weather down there, yo?
I feel like I'm in Connecticut.
Really? No. I don't think so. We're hitting lows in the 30s at night right now, brother.
I woke up to 37 degrees.
Okay. All right. Then I can see that you might feel like you're in Connecticut. Might as well just move on up here then, bro. You know what I'm saying? Might as well just pack your bags and come to New England, man.
I know. I think, I'm thinking about, at least you guys got better pizza.
Yeah, I'm going to take your word for that. I've only been to Florida like one time, and it was vacation, and it was the whole Disney World, Universal, that whole thing. Didn't really get pizza there, but I take your word for it, brother. I trust you when it comes to the pizza topic when it comes to Florida, man. So, but guys, on that note, let's get into this now. Assassin's Creed Valhalla has really been a talking point for gamers, the last couple weeks or whatnot. Now, Jamie, I'm almost afraid to do this, but I'm gonna start with you here, bro, because I think you got a couple things to say. They recently did an update for the Series X, Series S. They did an update for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I gotta ask you, man, what do you think of the performance of this game after the update, bro?
I'm not enjoying it. Like, I'm enjoying the game, but like my eyes hurt. So, for people that don't know, beforehand, before the update, Assassin's Creed ran at a dynamic 4K at 60 frames per second. The weird thing is that not everyone was experiencing the same problems, and this is what happens with every single issue of the game. Some people experience it, some people don't. So I've seen this kind of divide in the community where some people are not getting screen tearing and some people are. And people have been very vocal about having screen tearing because let's face it, if you don't have screen tearing, you're not going to go around on Twitter all day going, "Oh my god, I don't have screen tearing." Like, you just don't mention it. It goes without saying. But it led to Ubisoft putting out a patch that gives us two modes now: a performance and an enhanced mode. And for instance, yeah, I'm all for giving people options, but they should have gave people three options: the performance, the enhanced, and the untouched.
And the leave it the hell alone mode.
Yeah, and the thing is, I had no issues with screen tearing beforehand. I literally, this is the only Assassin's Creed game I've played in a decade that had no bugs. No bugs. And I say that as a diehard fan since, 2007 when the first one came out. Like, I love Assassin's Creed, but those games are always buggy. And for Assassin's Creed Valhalla on a new shiny console, I had zero issues. So now I have to choose between 60 frames, which is butter smooth, or I can choose 30 frames with enhanced visuals. Now, after playing Assassin's Creed at 60 frames, I was like, wow, I get it now. I like Assassin's Creed at 60. But when you put it on the 60 frames mode now, the game just doesn't look like just a lower resolution. It doesn't look as good. Eivor, the main character, if you play as the dude or the woman, like the character just doesn't seem as detailed. I've seen pop in at 30 feet on the 60 frames mode. However, if you go to the 30 frames mode, I've had zero pop in. Ubisoft should have did what the Tomb Raider games did. I think it was mainly Rise of the Tomb Raider, where we had three options. We had a dynamic 4K 60, we had the enhanced visuals, and then we had, the whole
frame rate.
Frame rate mode. But Ubisoft are known to not really, put out really well optimized games. And, this has been a thing for, again, almost a decade now. So it's unfortunate that people like me who had no screen tearing now have to choose. But at least the people that were experiencing screen tearing have an option to play it at a solid 60 now.
It's kind of weird because when it comes to screen tearing, I thought because it's basically a performance type thing. So I thought if one console was dealing with it, since it's a performance type thing, I thought it would be across the board. Jamie, is there any way, because like the Don would say, shout out to the Don, he said some people, certain performance glitches will catch their eye over other performance glitches. And I'm not saying anything against you or anything, Jamie, but do you think that it's just possible that your eyes just don't pick up screen tearing? Like when with me, even when they do the test and they show screen tearing, if they don't show the little red lines on the side of the screen showing that, what kind of where the tear is going on, I really don't necessarily see it. It's really hard for me to see screen tearing in a game. Jamie, do you think that you could just be that type of person that doesn't necessarily see that type of performance dip when it comes to games?
No, I definitely say it. The thing is, I played The Witcher 3 at launch. I know what screen tearing is. It's mainly if you play games with lots of scenery, like trees or buildings. Like when you turn the camera, you can easily see screen tearing because the trees or buildings don't mesh together well. But I had none of that for this game. I've spoken to other people on Twitter, had zero screen tearing, and these aren't people with fancy monitors. These are people with just regular TVs. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, it's a Ubisoft game. I'm not expecting it to be perfect with every patch. Dude,
it's where do I get a job with Ubisoft? Because it's not expected for the games to run smoothly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, before 2013 happened, Ubisoft games were actually kind of solid. relatively, but like, you know, Assassin's Creed Unity, Far Cry 4, Far Cry Primal, like, you know, Rainbow Six at launch, like all their games have these issues. Do you know the new patch for Ghost Recon Breakpoint? You don't get 4K 60 in a game that's last gen, that's 2-year old. No. You get 1080p 60 or 4K 30. It's the least optimized game in existence. They didn't put, like, that game was missing basic features at launch, and even up until like a month ago, we were still getting basic features that we had in Wildlands. So it's like I love Ubisoft games, but it's like I tolerate the like laziness, and I don't like saying laziness when it comes to game development because everyone's having to work from home at the minute. But for me, I was enjoying Assassin's Creed.
Well, for you,
4K60.
For you, they kind of got it to a spot where you were enjoying it on your console. So I can see where you're coming from with that, Jamie. I'm gonna bring in Clowns here. Yo, Clowns, you hear Jamie going off on his first rant of the night. You know, he had Valhalla at 4K 60. He said, you know, when it came to these performance issues, he wasn't seeing anything on this game for him. I gotta ask, Clowns, do you have Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
I do, but I haven't played it.
Dude, you remind me of Predator from next podcast. Shout out to my boy Predator.
Vote for Pred.
Because he had a Series X and he was like, yeah, I haven't tried it yet. He was still on his brand new GPU, you know, that PC Master Race thing. But what from what you're hearing from Jamie here, he liked having the 4K 60 all in one. I think that is something that people have pretty much expected for this generation coming out, you know, the Series X, especially the more powerful systems, maybe not the Series S per se, but the Series X, you know, 4K 60. So what do you think about this latest update, you know, splitting the 4K and the 60 frames per second, having the two modes like we've had with the Xbox One X and stuff like that? Is that acceptable to you? What do you think about this patch after hearing what Jamie's saying, man?
So, if I heard correctly, when my wife came in, Jamie was saying that he's getting screen tearing now after the patch.
No. It's just the fact that I'm annoyed that I have to choose between one or the other.
So you have to choose between 4K or 60 frames per second?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I think, you know, this is a little disappointing. I don't really care for 4K, but I know for Jamie and guys like Jamie, 4K matters when you go out and you buy the expensive TVs or the nice TVs and you expect a good show in 4K. And when you're not getting higher frame rates on 4K, it kind of annoys you because you're used to seeing 60 frames per second and 1080p at this point. So the fact that they couldn't push on a powerful system like 60 frames per second in 4K is extremely disappointing in this patch. I don't know why Ubisoft did that or made it this way. Maybe there's some other underlying issues too with performance that, you know, they're still trying to fix. Just for example, Watch Dogs Legions just had a patch, right? And they still haven't fixed the save bug on the Series X, but it fixed it on other areas on other consoles. So it's just annoying that Ubisoft does stuff like this. It's like they fix one thing, then they break another, or they force you to choose and hold you hostage. Like, yeah, you know, this machine is capable of 4K 60, but we might not have the time to work on that at the moment.
We ain't got
time for that right now. So just enjoy Immortal Phoenix Rising coming out. That looks like Breath of the Wild, and play some Watch Dogs Legion and forget your saves. Don't worry about that. You know, we got plenty of games out there.
For real. Oh, man.
I mean, it's just, and Jamie's right. Ubisoft has this problem where they launch games and they're a buggy mess in the beginning. Every single game I could think of last few iterations have had issues at launch, and Ubisoft's getting to this point where it's like, oh, we know our top brands are going to sell like Watch Dogs and you know, Assassin's Creed, so Why worry on the initial upfront? We know we're going to get the investment in. Let's go ahead and make a massive game. Who cares about the bugs? Yeah, quality control. Who needs them on Watch Dogs with the save? Quality control, guys. Ignore the save issues, guys.
Save games. I mean, really.
Yeah.
Come on.
Just throw it out there. We'll make the money, and we'll fix it 6 months later. No, it's not right. I mean, Jamie, on this, I'm on your side, man. Like, there should be 4K 60 frames per second for guys like you out there that put the money into this technology, your TV sets, and you want it to look good, you want it to play smooth. So yeah, it's really not fair because the Series X and those TVs together, it's a huge investment. It's a pretty big investment. And then you're buying the games, up front too. You're not waiting for a sale. You're buying these games on launch. It is a big investment. So yeah, it's just not right, man. I hope Ubisoft gets their act together.
Yeah.
When it comes to like Ubisoft games, like for instance, when the One X came out and we had Assassin's Creed Origins, I think that was like 1600p or something. And that game blew my mind. I was like, okay, I get this now. High resolution looks nice. But I understood it was 30 because those CPUs weren't exactly good. But the thing is, with these new consoles, like it was literally a selling point for the game. Like 4K 60, it was in all the marketing, and it's like we were told 4K 60, like that's what we were told. And the thing is, if they came out beforehand saying, "Hey, this game's going to be 1800p, 1600p, or whatever, 60 frames per second," like I would have been like, "Okay, cool." But I was taught, and the thing is, I don't care for games dynamic 4K. Like, if I'm going through a busy town at high speed on a horse and the resolution dips, I don't notice. But it's the fact that I was told 4K 60 on Assassin's Creed. Because if they said otherwise, I wouldn't have been making a fuss about it. Because there's still going to be 30 frames per second games coming out over the next few months, few years, or whatever. And that'll be it. But it's like, Ubisoft has this problem where they say one thing, they do another. And it annoys me even more because I know for a fact I'm going to continue to buy all the games. But, at least the positive thing out of the Ubisoft side is that apparently Immortals Phoenix Rising isn't the case. Apparently it performs well and it isn't buggy. So there is that.
Yeah, I got you. Now, I'm gonna put in my 2 cents. And before I do that, again, shout out to the chat, guys. Good to see everybody here. And Fun Speculation, aka Mav, what is up, brother, man? He is actually going to be the special guest on next podcast tomorrow. So I am really excited for that show. But when it comes to Christopher Hart, guys, he follows the rules of this show. He only talks about Xbox. Now, he might be trying to poke you guys a little bit, but he follows the rules. And that, I mean, that's all I can ask for when it comes to that. He doesn't mention any other platforms, nothing like that. But he will mess with you guys in the chat. He will definitely do that. But yeah, shout out to Chris and everybody else. When it comes to Ubisoft, especially Assassin's Creed, we saw it with from Assassin's Creed Unity moving forward. Unity, real heavy, kind of like CPU bound video game, and we saw that there were issues there. It does seem like they're optimizing, needs some optimization in and of itself. That's what it seems like to me. There is something I did warn people about when it comes to variable refresh rate, and consoles that will have that feature in it. You gotta also be careful for the hashtag lazy developers, because as VRR becomes more mainstream, then these developers, they don't have to optimize as much to do away with screen tearing and all that good stuff, because the VRR, the variable refresh rate, will cover those things up. So they don't necessarily have to put in that extra work to smooth out a game. And the further we go into this generation, and it's something I am going to keep my eye on, because I feel like I have a responsibility to kind of point out, possible studios that might be undercutting their quality because they can throw a Band-Aid over the game. I do feel for Jamie, though, and shout out to everybody in the chat. A shout out to Jamie. and shout out to Clowns for holding the accountability here, because we heard 4K 60 when it came to the Series X. That's what we heard. Now, we do know Ubisoft is a third-party publisher, third-party developer. You know, they make multiplats, but that doesn't mean that that whole 4K 60, which is kind of like the marketing that we heard going with the Series X, it's not like we shouldn't hold these games to that standard. And for them to come back and then make the performance mode and the high resolution mode, to me, even though it's the beginning of the generation, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable to me. And yeah, I say this as a gamer and a customer on the outside looking in, because I don't have a Series X. I don't even have a Series S yet. But I do know what, Xbox as a a division of Microsoft, and I heard their advertising and stuff like that, and they definitely need to be held accountable for what they said. And correct me if I'm wrong, panel, but I believe they were talking 4K 60 when it came to this generation, not in two modes either. I didn't hear anything like it was supposed to be in two different modes on a game. So I was thinking 4K 60 as the standard this generation. Am I wrong, Jamie? Am I wrong? That's
no. This was the promise. Like, the thing is, we already had a ton of 4K games on the One X already. So when they start talking about these new consoles, and the thing is, Ubisoft has always been this company that puts out a lot of first party, I should say, a lot of games with new console hardware. They've done it for years, and it's to be expected at this point. But it's almost as if like platform holders do occasionally use Ubisoft as these showpieces. Like, Microsoft have been talking about Assassin's Creed as much as Ubisoft. Like, it's been a thing. I put out I subtweeted one of the Assassin's Creed trailers, and I mentioned the 4K 60 thing, and like official Xbox Twitter, I think, like retweeted it. Like, it was known to be 4K 60, dynamic or not. But it's like, it's just Ubisoft. Like, they promised 4K 60, and they're like, oh, some people are having experiencing issues, and they just they put out the update. And hey, for people that that have the Terran resolved now because of the patch, that's awesome. It's just like people like me. I bought this console. And it's not the end of the world. Like, no. I'm still gonna get 4K 60 games. I'm still loving Assassin's Creed. It's just that it's disappointing because of that, and especially because I couldn't get 4K 60 footage before the DVR was fixed. So it's like,
well, dude, that is something we're gonna talk about as well. What's up, brother?
I was going to say to Jamie, that's rough. I mean, like, when you were waiting to get that footage, and then all of a sudden when you can get that footage, it's gone.
Yeah, for real.
The thing is, that was my plan. I was like, okay, I'll wait for Microsoft to put out the patch. And by the way, the DVR is fixed now. But I couldn't get my 4K 60 Assassin's Creed footage. It's not the end of the world. It's just disappointing.
I got you, brother. Well, that is a great segue, and I'm actually going to use that to go into the latest update when it comes to the Series X. So guys, anybody out there owning a Series X, your console has pretty much been updated. Now, Jamie, you said one thing. So, let me know what are some of the things in the new update that really have your interest, that you feel like they did some good with in terms of updating the Series X, brother.
Okay, so 2 nights ago, we got the update, the first Series X and S update. And for people that may not have it, just go to your settings and check for uploads. Shall I say updates, because it'll be there. Not everyone's getting them automatically. That's usually the case with these things.
Yes.
But the new update fixes the DVR. So beforehand, the DVR, let's say you're playing a nice game like Assassin's Creed, and it's daylight. Well, it looked like you're wearing probably 10 pairs of sunglasses. The footage was too dark to use. But fortunately, now it's usable. It's still a tiny bit dark, but it's now on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst it was. Now it's a 0.5.
Now, Jamie, the darkness, was it screenshots and gameplay capture, or was it one or the other? Did it affect both, or was it just either or?
It was just gameplay for X and S optimized games.
Okay.
Screenshots were fine, perfectly fine. It's just the video, but that is fixed now. There's been a few like bug fixes and stuff, but one of the cool things with the new update is we've got a bunch of new dynamic themes. So there's a bunch of different styles now. So when you fire up your Xbox Series X and S for the first time, you have one dynamic theme, and it's like this green wave thing. Now we have, I think it's about 7. And maybe we'll get more in the future, but it's cool. We have like a different option now. There's one that looks like very much like a 360 background, which is pretty cool, which I've got because I bloody loved the 360 generation. And just, minor bug fixes and stuff. I've noticed quick resume for a few games is faster now. Quick resume isn't, activated for all games yet still. Because again, that was causing some people to have like save problems for stuff. And hey, I'd say like, turn that crap off. Microsoft, like if it's experiencing like save issues for people, but other than that, like it's just it's a minor update with a few cool things. It's just I've noticed that the store loads quicker now from an already fast console, which is cool. I've noticed trailers in the store automatically play faster now, but it's just a bunch of small stuff like that.
Okay, and I believe they now have a tag for the games that are supporting auto HDR as well, and I know that's something you said you've been messing around with throughout the week. Did you see that happening with the new update, bro?
Yeah, that's a nice little feature now because not everything has auto HDR, but a lot of stuff does. And when you press the Xbox button now, you get like the auto HDR logo underneath the time now, which is cool. But I know for people listening right now, if you have an Xbox Series X or S and you have a HDR TV, fire up Dead Space 2, because to me, that is the best example of automatic HDR on a 360 game. Like, really? Mind-blowing how good it is, yeah.
Wow.
Dead Space 1, the problem with Dead Space 1, that game was always very washed out anyway. Dead Space 2 has lots of, like, like orange and blues. There's lots of, like, neon signs everywhere. Dead Space 3 still looks good in HDR, but Dead Space 2 is phenomenal looking. Like, it's probably one of the best looking backwards compatible games that isn't 4K enhanced right now.
So guys, out there in the chat, you heard it. If you want to check out the auto HDR and you wanna see this whole thing in action, you heard it from the elusive gamer himself, Jamie Moran. You got to do Dead Space 2. I'm actually if I had a system, I'd probably be powering that up right now to see it while I'm on the show. But good thing I don't have it then. You know what I'm saying? I might get distracted here. Before we go and ask Clowns about this update and what he thinks about it, if he has tried it out or whatnot, I do want to say, guys, again, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I really do appreciate it. If you want to support the channel, there is 2 ways you can do it. Anytime we are live, we do have the super chat, just to let you know if you have any questions, anything that you want said on the show, and that's minus any other platform names, by the way, because I have a feeling that people would try to do that with the super chat and it's not going to work. But you can always hit up that super chat, and you can always consider becoming a member of the channel. It is join. It is right below where you're seeing this awesome Tetris gameplay, which Albert said is giving him anxiety, and I think that's what Tetris was made for. So I think that the gameplay is doing exactly what it should be doing right now. But Clowns, did you know that the Series X got an update that lets you know when games have auto HDR, new animated backgrounds? Did you go in and check out the Series X with this new update, bro?
No, I did not, but I did update my Series X. So I have the latest update, but I have a 1080p gaming monitor, so unfortunately, I'm not in the cool kids pool.
Well, you do eat lunch at the cool kids table, by the way, because I put that picture on Twitter, and you are a part of the cool kids lunch table on my Twitter, just to let you know. So when it comes to lunch, you're sitting with the cool kids, but unfortunately, you haven't gone in and really checked out this update. So you're gonna have homework, bro. You're gonna have homework. I'm gonna ask you questions over Twitter as the days go by. So you definitely gotta study up, and I want to hear what you think about that. But we do have other topics, and before we get into the whole kind of like Brad Sam's thing, there is a Halo topic I want to talk about. All right. It seems like the rumor of a battle royale for Halo Infinite will not go away. They, even people at 343, the head of kind of like the whole community interaction and stuff like that, has really downplayed any of these rumors, but they just will not go away. So I'm gonna go to Clowns on this first real quick, because I know you are gonna have to leave for a little bit and pick up your daughter and whatnot. So Clowns, first off, Halo Infinite Battle Royale, I gotta ask you, like, why is this rumor like still circulating? Why will it not die? Do you think it's people trying to mess with like Xbox gamers, you know what I'm saying, that don't really play Halo, and they're just trying to mess with people, saying, oh, even Halo's gonna put a battle royale in, and it's kind of like trolls trying to like mess with the community? Do you think that there is something behind this, even though like the community manager at 343 just basically said there's really nothing to see here, stuff like that? Why do you think this rumor is going around? And would you accept a battle royale in Halo Infinite if they made one, bro?
Well, I was actually thinking about this the other day. This was a topic I was thinking about, but a little bit reverse, okay? So, Halo 5 had Warzone, right?
Yes, sir. Love Warzone.
Call of Duty now has Warzone. So, I mean, so what if Halo does Halo Infinite puts a... Yeah,
Call of Duty
see,
stole the name from
now
Halo.
Now you see what I'm getting at. Everybody copies Halo. Even the teabags are copied from Halo. No, I just think that I think that a battle royale in Halo Infinite would be fine if they made the battle royale free to play. I think a lot of people would play it. And imagine if Xbox had Game Pass in multiple places. I can't say names, but in multiple places. And people jumped on this free battle royale in Halo. Imagine how popular it could be. I mean, it could blow up. It could become big. So why wouldn't Microsoft or Xbox want to take that risk and throw a battle royale in? People like battle royales lately. We've seen it when PUBG came out. We see it with Fortnite. I mean, that's really what saved Fortnite, because the PvE mode really wasn't selling the game. So
hold on, I like the save the world mode though, man. I really did.
I did too. But millions of kids out there don't agree with us. They
want Wolverine dancing with a pink backpack. That's what they want. Yeah.
Yep. And a Harley Quinn. Yeah, that's what they want. But I think that it would be a great idea. I'm not against it at all. And I bet you a lot of people in this chat that are Xbox fans would play it. I think they would get in there and be like, "Let me check this out." It might not be the traditional Halo multiplayer that I'm used to. And then all of a sudden they get hooked on it, like, wow, this is awesome. Check out these skins. Oh, this is so cool. Yeah, imagine how many skins there could be in Halo. And imagine how cool the weapon skins could be. Imagine like crossovers for weapon skins with like Gears of War, but in a Halo Battle Royale, or like Sea of Thieves in a Halo Battle Royale, or you can get a skin to be Atriox in the Battle Royale. I mean,
I'll take Atriox. Out of everything you just said there, when you said Atriox, you in my mind, you just redeemed yourself for that one. Yeah.
See, I mean, and then, they add vehicles in. You're driving the Warthogs down, trying to find gas stations, like, in Fortnite. How cool would that be just to have all that kind of stuff in a Halo game, I think it would be awesome. And that would be something that I know that I could connect with my 18-year-old daughter with because she likes Battle Royale games. So it'd be really cool to be able to hop in something like that on the Xbox ecosystem, on a game that I'm familiar with through Xbox, with my daughter who prefers Xbox over anything else. That would be so cool just to be able to connect with her like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm all for it, man. I know that Mav in the chat, I mean, I'm not sure if he's against Battle Royale, but he might jump in and play some Halo Battle Royale with us. We could be the ultimate team. Me, you, Jamie, fun speculation, you know?
Well,
I mean, look how good I was on game night with that like Magnum pistol and what was it, Halo 1 or Halo 2? I don't know. But I did okay with it, I think, you know, for first-time player in that multiplayer. I think I did okay. So, yeah, I'm all for it, man. Let it rain down the Battle Royale and let those microtransactions sneak in there so I can get some really cool skins. Or Battle Pass. What about a Battle Pass? Maybe get a Battle Pass. What about a Battle Pass? What about if you have Game Pass Ultimate, you get a free Battle Pass? How cool would that be? How cool
well, I do have Ultimate, so I'd be like, yeah, definitely give me that Battle Pass. And I gotta say, guys, if you haven't listened to Italian Clowns before, I think one of the most intriguing things about him when he is talking, you can hear when he gets excited. And the more you listen to him, the more you don't know if it's that true kind of like childish, like that innocent gaming excitement, or if he is being completely sarcastic about what he's saying. I think that's one of the most interesting qualities about Clowns. The more and more that you hear him, it's like, yo, he sounds like he's got that innocence, that just absolutely excited about this. But then there's a part of you that's like, yo, he does sound like he's being incredibly sarcastic right now as well. I shout you out, Clowns, for that, man. Not too many people can pull that off, like kind of go in and sound like both at once, man. But
wait, one more thing.
Oh no.
What if there was an evil Cortana skin in the Battle Royale? I would be all over that. I would buy that for like $19.99 and play as that skin.
Sarcastic. Yo, the skin itself sounded great.
I'm serious.
Until he said the price.
I'm serious. So that's how much I would be into it. Like, you hear my enthusiasm. I'm really enthusiastic about this. I like this idea, Xbot. Let's do a petition and send it out there and make it happen. Let's make Halo multiplayer awesome.
Okay, I'm so glad you didn't say great again, because I would have came to Florida and non-violently hurt you, man.
Well, Halo 5 Warzone, it was great, right? I mean, it is great. So yes. You can't say make it great again, but you can say make it awesome.
Yeah. It was so great that Call of Duty was like, we'll take that name.
See, now you won't stop thinking about that.
No, now I won't, man. I'm kind of mad about it too, because I'm not a Call of Duty player. But let's get Jamie in on this. Jamie, again, what I'm saying here is the rumor for Battle Royale. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's false. We have people from 343 coming out and basically saying, there's really nothing to see here. We don't know why this keeps coming up and stuff like that. They're not necessarily just flat out saying no either. I'm going to throw that out there as well. But when it comes down to it, they're basically, there's really nothing to see here. I got to ask you, why then does this rumor just keep on coming back? It does not die. And Jamie, I got to ask you, man, when it comes to a Battle Royale, Halo universe in Halo Infinite, would you be down if they made that? Would that be something that you would get into, man?
Well, people aren't going to like where I'm going with this. So yeah. when it comes to the whole, where do I think it's coming from and do I think it's real thing? I've noticed Halo news pops up when there's no news. I've noticed the same with GTA. They like whenever there's like literally there's been no gaming news, not really, and we always get GTA or Halo news. And what do we get? Oh, GTA Battle Royale news. That'll be that's a clickbaitable topic, and it's like I'm just done with battle royales. And the thing is, I've had this conversation on Twitter multiple times, and it could be real, it could not be. I kind of don't want it to be real. I'm going to be honest. The thing is, I'm done with battle royales. Like I loved PUBG when it came out. I was really into
what
it.
battle royales have you played though, man?
I've played Warzone, PUBG, Fortnite, Apex.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, you played the majority.
Yeah, and funny thing, all of them had something in common. I got sick of them. I got sick of Fortnite. I got sick of Fortnite 30 seconds into my first match. I got sick of Apex after 3 games. Warzone, hey, I think Warzone's still kind of cool. But like, PUBG's been a broken mess since it came out, let's be honest. But like when it comes, the funny thing is I have this exact argument all the time on Twitter, and I'm going to go into why it's kind of funny at the same time. The same people that want the same people that want Battle Royale in Halo, I've noticed are the same people that Halo purists. So they don't want Halo to change, but they want Battle Royale. How the fuck does that make sense? Right? like that makes no sense to me. And here's the thing: I'm not with the Halo purists. Like I think Master Chief should be able to climb a bloody ledge, and he should be able to run. But like I say, like the Halo purists want Battle Royale, and I'm looking at the top 16 games on Twitch right now. 3 of them are Battle Royales. But like that wasn't Fortnite wasn't number 2 until the whole new skin drop thing. Like people complain about skins, and I see people being excited over Halo skins. And here's the thing: there's nothing wrong with being excited about that stuff. There's nothing wrong with people actually wanting, Battle Royale for Halo. But like, I personally don't think Halo needs Battle Royale to be big. And this is the number one thing I always hear: Halo would be huge with Battle Royale. That is a possibility.
Halo will be huge without Battle Royale as well. Let's be real.
Well, the thing is, like, we don't need Battle Royale for a game to be big. We've seen time and time again how many Battle Royales have came out and failed compared to the ones that have succeeded. There's been more that have failed.
Oh yeah.
Like look at League of Legends, not a Battle Royale. It's been popular for ages. Valorant,
Realm Royale, Cuisine Royale, like you said,
my arse royale. Nobody cares anymore. The truth is that like I think, right. So when Halo 3 came out, I remember big team battle being so much fun. Everyone was into it. And then with Halo 4, like I'm not going to talk about like whether people like the multiplayer or not. Like I'm talking about like distractions for multiplayer. Everyone playing Call of Duty plays Warzone. You don't see people talking about Black Ops multiplayer after the first week. No, they're back on Warzone. The huge YouTubers are back on Warzone. And, like, I can see this happening from a mile away. If Halo gets a Battle Royale, all of the other modes, be it Breakout or, Firefight, Warzone, Firefight, all these other modes are going to be derelict compared to Battle Royale. Because it's happened with Call of Duty, it'll happen with Halo. Halo doesn't need Battle Royale. I honestly think the resources should be put towards new exciting modes.
Brother, you know what? I have never heard anybody put it that way. And dude, I gotta say, first off, you are absolutely right. Now, when it comes to Call of Duty, all you see on streams, all you hear about is people talking about the Battle Royale, the Warzone, and stuff like that. When Call of Duty was built on that, team deathmatch and that type of multiplayer. And you know what, dude? Before listening to you, I was like, Battle Royale would be cool. But you're right, man. I don't want to see Halo go that route either, where, whatever name Battle Royale, like, if they ever did one in Halo, like, that would be what the people stream. That would be, because, it does broaden itself to a wider kind of like consumer, a wider demographic, even a more casual kind of like gaming fan base. It would kind of broaden that out more. And I don't want Halo's multiplayer to be, its traditional multiplayer to be consumed. Clowns, are you still here? I'll take that as a no. I would love to hear what he said. Now, Jamie, before I go back to you, I do want to the friendly neighborhood blue shell. What is going on, bro? Dude, awesome. Thank you so much for that super chat. The only thing is what you wrote. Let's make Xbot 448 great again. I will say, if I'm not great now, that super chat has definitely helped, brother. Thank you so much for the support. But Jamie, that is an awesome point I didn't think of, man. I wish Clowns was here so he can kind of tell us what he thought about that, man.
Like I'll give you another example. When Halo Reach came out on launch day, there was a player counter in the top corner, right? And I swear, when I put the game in, there was like almost 3 million people playing concurrently, right? So think about how big Warzone is, right? Mm-hmm. I never see any of the Call of Duty YouTubers talking about regular modes. Team Deathmatch, Capture the Flag. I never see it. Like, no one ever talks about the other modes. And that's one of the worries. Like, people always say to me, it's just an option. And they're absolutely right. And I have no problem with options. I don't. If let's say, hypothetically, we lived in the perfect world where they got Battle Royale and Halo and all the other modes were populated as well, that wouldn't bother me in the slightest. As someone that doesn't want it, I'd encourage it. But I know for a fact that if Halo comes out with a Battle Royale mode, within 6 months, no one's going to be playing Breakout, Capture the Flag, Team Deathmatch, Big Team Battle, because that's not where everyone's going to be at. People will be playing the multiplayer for the Battle Pass challenges and stuff. People will not stick to the regular modes. That's my main concern. That and the time and resources put into it. But it's just like it must be a worry to anyone listening that, like, if Halo did get Battle Royale.
It wasn't at first until you said it, man, because you're making a lot of sense. Like, dude, I gotta say, you might have just swayed me on this topic from being like, yeah, no, Battle Royale is fine, to, yeah, no, I don't want to see the death of traditional multiplayer when it comes to Halo just for a Battle Pass, Battle Royale, get these skins here type situation. Dude, you might have swung me into a complete 180 on this situation, brother.
K Mega just said in chat, and he's right, people still play the other modes. The problem is that's not what people talk about. Like, I follow 2 Call of Duty YouTubers, Vicstar123 and Dr. Disrespect. They don't talk about the regular modes. Like, you can tell when they are playing Black Ops because it's a good promotional time for the game. They talk about Warzone, like, and that's where all the people are. So yeah, if Halo did get a Battle Royale, there could still be maybe a few hundred people playing these other modes, but it's going to take longer to find matches. And who knows, it might get to a time where you can't find matches for those games because everyone's so obsessed with Battle Royale. Because let's face it, look at Fortnite. I signed up for that bloody alpha in 2011 when it looked like this zombie horde fighting game, right? Mm-hmm. And then when it eventually came out, no one played it. Still didn't get my code, by the way, Epic Games. But it's like nobody talks about that other mode now because everyone's on Battle Royale. And yeah, that could be a different situation because, again, Fortnite came out at a weird time. Fortnite saved the world. And it's like, okay, we get it. That could just be an isolated incident. But it's like, I would be for Halo Battle Royale if I knew the other modes would definitely be talked about. Because now that I mentioned it, you have to admit, like, Halo content would completely move to Battle Royale.
Dude, and that's something I don't want to see. I want to give a couple shout outs here. First off, Fun Speculation for hitting up that super chat, brother. And this one's for you, Jamie. Like, it seems like he at least partially has your back on this. So Fun Speculation, hitting up that super chat. It says, Jamie's got a fair concern. I still want both. LOL. Great show. So, like, he hears you, brother. And he still wants the Battle Royale. And Friendly Neighborhood Blue Shell, hitting up that super chat one more time. He said, Halo should focus less on Battle Royale and focus more on putting resources on Forge. Forge is the most important thing for Halo, not the Battle Passes and Royales. Forge, bring creativity and keep life in the games. Now, in the game. And Blue Shell, you make a really good point there. Maybe put in the options or the ways and means to create your own Battle Royale. Enough enough players in the map and stuff like that, you know, maybe keeping away from the battle passes and stuff for the people who want the battle royales. I could definitely see that. But Jamie, what do you think? So we got Fun Speculation, who says you make a fair point here, but he still wants both. And then what do you think about Friendly Neighborhood Blue Shell saying, you know, take that focus and bring it into Forge, because Forge is what really keeps like that creativity and people like innovating new gameplay modes and stuff. Then that's something that Forge is absolutely known for in the gaming industry. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, Forge is a critical point of Halo because that's where the developers get ideas for game modes as well. So like Forge should be a big focus because that's where new game types come from. And then when the developers see the popularity of certain game modes, they'll adapt. But like I'm just saying, like Fun and Speculation mention again, like the problem is that would other modes still be used as well? Because it's a free-to-play game. But think about it. If, let's say, millions of people have access to this free-to-play Halo experience, and one of those modes happens to be Halo Battle Royale, 90% of people is going to be on that. Now, here's the thing. Nobody has to agree with me. It's just me as a Halo consumer, fan since the original game, loved the multiplayer. And one of the things that people loved most about the Halo 3 experience that I noticed online at the time was people jumping into Forge maps, people jumping into player-made games. Not everything has to be tied to, like, you know, challenges or skins. Like, what if they put in Forge and, some fan made a mode, a Battle Royale mode that's popular for maybe one day a week. Like, yeah, that'd be cool. But, like, again, putting resources, because we had no Forge at launch for Halo 5. So shouldn't we have the base things sorted first, then maybe experiment down the line?
Yo, Jamie, you know what I think? I didn't realize that this subject can get so kind of like intense. Yo, shout out to the chat, everybody putting in their opinions and stuff. Jamie, I actually have an idea. I think I'm gonna put a live show together strictly about the possibility of Halo Infinite Battle Royale. I'm gonna need a panel of pro Battle Royale people and a panel that is against Battle Royale, and maybe get a live debate going over here, and then have, like, you know, whoever is tuning in live kind of dictate which side kind of won the persuasion. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize this was such a heavy topic in the gaming industry, bro. Did you know that this topic had so much kind of like density to it, that so many people had so many kind of like differences of opinion and stuff when it comes to this?
Oh yeah. Wow. The thing is, you can drop a pin in the Halo community and it'll cause a ripple.
Yeah, that is
right.
True. That is true.
like the other day. The thing is, I post these little things making fun of Halo, and I love Halo. You make fun of what you like. Like, I love Mass Effect. I can make fun of that game all day. The Mako controls like a jellyfish, you know. But it's like when it comes to Halo, like I posted a GIF of a battle rifle, and I said the only BR Halo needs, and I posted the GIF. And
now
I
know what that means. Oh my goodness!
And now I knew. I predicted within seconds I'd get the whole. But Jamie, what about Battle Royale's popularity? I do. I bait people like this all the time. Why do you think I post a GIF of Master Chief running maybe once a month saying, "Hey, I love seeing Master Chief running into the action"? It's to bait people, like, and it's not some secret thing. It's like I like playing puppeteer with the Halo community just for fun, because I'm part of the Halo community. Like, I love Halo. Halo is one of my favorite franchises. Halo's up there with Mass Effect for me.
Dude, you like playing with fire, is what you're trying to say.
I also like to play dangerously.
Yes, I can definitely see that. So, yo, Jamie, I'm gonna we're gonna go behind the scenes. I want to try to set that up with you, man, if you don't mind, and you can be like either a part of the panel or something like that. I do want to do kind of like a Halo Infinite debate live show, a pro panel and an against panel. So in the chat, guys, if you're down for something like that, you know, within the next like week or so, you want to see a good debate between, like, you know, two panels of pro battle royale and anti-battle royale when it comes to Halo Infinite. Let me know in the chat if that's something you would like, because I think that would be a really, really good show. But Jamie, we got to move on, and I got to talk about a certain video I saw by a certain YouTuber. And yes, I'm going to call him a YouTuber. You know why? Because he has a YouTube channel and he makes YouTube videos and content for YouTube. And this is Brad Sams. And for people who don't know, Brad Sams reports on Microsoft. Now, Xbox is a division of Microsoft, so yes, he reports on Xbox as well. But he is known for reporting on Microsoft, whether it's the Surface, Surface Book. We got the when the Windows phones were out. Like he reported on everything Microsoft, and he came out with his, and I'm gonna quote him on this, his Xbox Series X review. That's not a review, and I got to throw it out here. In this guy's review, he talked about not having a truly kind of like next-gen only experience, not having a game that runs on the Series X so much better than the One X and stuff like that, that it is the definitive reason to buy a Series X. Now, if you watch the video, he let people know that he does, he believes it's the most powerful console out there. It is the fastest Xbox ever made. Like, he has gone through all, the commendations for the system. And at the end, he said it is the best Xbox to not buy right now. And it caught a lot of people by surprise, because when people report on Xbox and stuff, and when they say positive things about Xbox, automatically in the community they are labeled as a corporate shill, that they're just gonna say everything great about such product, about an Xbox product or something like that. They're never gonna say anything bad. And with Brad Sams, it really came off as a surprise to a lot of people that basically he stated it's an incredible console, just not necessarily to get right now. And he did go on and he said like the hardcore gamers, the people who know they're going to be playing on the Xbox platform, they're going to buy this system day one and they're going to be completely happy with it. So when it comes to like the diehard Xbox kind of like fan base, he said that he already knows they're going to buy the system and they're going to love it. But I got to ask Jamie, what do you think? Now, I know Brad Sams, right? You've seen his content before, correct?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
All right. So with that being said, are you surprised that he came out with a video like this, a Series X review that's not necessarily a review? And basically he's stating that, for a lot of people out there, it's a great system, but he would suggest waiting kind of like a year from now when they have, I guess he's talking like maybe more first party content that's really going to take advantage of the hardware. What do you think about what he's saying here in his not a review of the Series X video, bro?
I mean,
it's tough, man. It's tough.
How can I say this, right? If people want to see a full review of how a console should be reviewed, check out my channel this Friday.
Ooh, I love the plug.
Here's the thing. I don't think he's wrong, but I don't think he's right at the same time. This console generation is weird, right? We're launching in a weird year. We had no E3 for the first time in decades where new consoles came out without a shiny E3, right? Mm-hmm. The trade shows weren't there. Nobody could show up to hundreds of events each, like this year, to like show off the console. Like, and personally, I do not think any console right now has a system seller. Okay. That's me. But that's not why I'm looking at these consoles thinking why people should buy them. Is there a system seller right now for the 3090? Is there a shiny new game out right for that card?
Ooh.
Just specifically made for that card. That card that costs.
Jamie, that's not fair. When it comes to PC gaming, they don't make a game specifically for one GPU, one graphics card, bro. Come on, man.
Like, people buy those shiny new graphics cards and then the rest of the PC, if they don't have one already, to play games that they already have. Like, and a lot of these people may be going back to Half-Life 2. So why should it be? The thing is, these consoles, yeah, it's clear that that Microsoft was leaning on Halo Infinite, but that doesn't mean we have to mention it for 5 months. Like we know Microsoft was leaning on
dude,
the
5
back
months,
of the
it's going to be mentioned until next holiday, dude.
The thing is, I like Brad Sam's content. I think he makes excellent Microsoft content, but that doesn't mean he's wrong or right. It just means he has an opinion. Everyone has an opinion. But when it comes to these new consoles, I don't think there is a quote-unquote system seller for any of them. I think people should buy these consoles if they want all the bells and whistles. Because with these new consoles, we don't have this massive leap in graphics like ever before. Like, really think about it. We jumped from the 360 in the other console to the Xbox One in the other console. And what did we have? Really, what did we have? We had games that ran at a higher resolution with a slightly higher polygon count.
I don't know. Dead Rising 3 showed a lot at the launch of the Xbox One, bro.
There's stuff like that, but guess what? Also had a lot of zombies. Dead Rising 1 or 2. Like, we've got more zombies.
They weren't different though. They weren't different. Come on, bro. Come on, man. You know I love you like a brother, Jamie. But let's be real. Like,
you know what I mean? Like, we got more. We literally got more. We got more zombies. We got more stuff. We got more polygons in Rise, Son of Rome. And I really enjoyed that game.
Rise looked insane for the launch of the Xbox One. That looked incredible.
But really think about it. Rise, this game that was made by Crytek that was originally a Kinect game, was that a system seller? As much as I enjoyed it, no. I bought an Xbox One for the all-around experience. Everyone I knew that bought an Xbox One bought it for the all-round experience. It's the same with these new consoles. We don't have this massive leap in graphics anymore. We're getting things like higher frames, more detail, ray tracing in some cases, faster load times. The thing that's been championed most, faster load times.
See, and Jamie, that right there. You know, again, I do watch Brad Sam's. There are videos I agree with that he has made. There are videos that I disagree with that he has made. All right. One of the things that I have gone and stated ever since they started coming out with information about this next gen, as soon as they talked about the load times, I was sold on, you know, getting in on this next generation of Xbox. Like that right there. For, you know, me being a Destiny 2 player, I even at one point in time, Grand Theft Auto 5, like, I used to play that daily, and I got completely tired of the beginning load times and stuff like that, to the point where I just stopped playing it. So, the load times right there, Jamie, what you said right there, already had me sold on the next gen, kind of like, which now we would call this generation, because, you know, the systems are out now. But that right there is what sold me on, man, I'm going to have to get, you know, the new Xbox. When it comes to the next gen experiences, Jamie, like, I can kind of see what Brad is saying, that nothing brand new is coming out that is fully taking advantage of the Series X. But I will also say that games that already exist, like, you know, you got the, you know, your Gears, you got your Forza Horizon, Forza Motorsport, those games right there, they can, now correct me if I'm wrong, Jamie, and I want to hear your opinion on this, they can fully utilize the Series X because they were kind of made with the Series X in mind when they were being developed, right?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? So I was talking about the 3090, right? Do you know what a lot of people have been testing with those cards? Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Like,
good game.
Like, people are buying into these consoles not for this system seller, not for like just a few of these different. We're getting the bells and whistles. We've heard for years now that SSDs are faster from the PC fork, and guess what? The bloody fast load times are good. you can load from one region to the next region in Assassin's Creed Valhalla within less than 5 seconds. That's mind-blowing. And in practice, you get used to it. And you're like, okay, this is why I have that console now.
Yeah.
And yet, maybe there isn't a Halo game at launch. We knew that anyway. Like, this is my problem with 99% of hardware reviews. They don't review the hardware, they review what isn't there. Right? Like, that's just weird to me. But it's like look at Gears Tactics. Gears Tactics looks phenomenal. Could you play it on Xbox One?
Hold on 1 second. Yo, Crispy, you didn't have to delete that message from Mr. H2O Gotti. H2O Gotti, you're right. I don't have a Series X. And if you would gladly send me one, I will gladly give you the address that you can ship it on over to me, brother. No problem there. I will gladly, receive gifts, and it would mean a lot to me. But yeah, no, as of right now, I don't have a Series X. But Crispy, if anybody talks smack about me, I don't really care, man. It's just words. So there right there is what you take away when it mentions a different console right there. All right, but go ahead, Jamie. My bad. I just had to correct something real quick.
No, it's fine. It's just like we like one of the first things we were told about these new consoles was SSDs and ray tracing, right? We were told features. This isn't like how consoles used to be, where like Microsoft and other first-party companies would make as many games as possible for a launch. Like, I don't think we're in that era anymore. Like, it just isn't like that. Hell, we just came from a generation where we had mid-gen refreshes. Like, where we had more powerful consoles launch halfway through the generation. That was a new thing. And again, with these new consoles, like, yeah, Microsoft wanted to launch with Halo, but they had two options: launch with Halo and everyone have everyone complain, or don't launch with Halo and have everyone mention it in every single review. And that's my problem with 99% of these reviews, is that they don't review hardware the way it should be reviewed. The hardware does what it's meant to. Like, again, the ray tracing works in Watch Dogs, from what I've been told. I'm just getting that game for Christmas because money. But it's like,
for real.
but it's like it's crystal clear that these consoles are very capable. I know we're not talking about other platforms, but again, these fast load times completely change the game, right? Again, Metro Exodus is going to get a Series X enhancement and a Series X enhancement. But again, that game used to take like 5 minutes to load. Like, these consoles aren't necessary to buy, but a gaming console isn't. Like, that's just the facts. Like does someone rush out to buy a 3090 to play this new game that's designed specifically for the 3090? No, they're going to buy the 3090, slap it in their PC, and then play Half-Life 2. We're getting these new consoles and we're just getting a better experience. That's what this console's about. Like, I still think the One X is an amazing console, and I still recommend it to people that don't want to upgrade yet. But the fact that with these new consoles, we have faster load times, we have 60 frames in games, unless it's Ubisoft and they give you options. But it's like, these consoles are about a more seamless, better experience. The UI is faster. The store is faster. Forza Horizon 4 is 4K 60 frames now at the same time. And it's just like, it's a better experience on these new consoles.
Hold on, real quick. Yo, Crispy, don't leave me, brother. Don't leave me. I just deleted one. Don't do me like that, bro. I'm sorry, Jamie. I had to do that before he left me. Yo.
But it's like, I think we can all understand, like, let's go back in time to the beginning of the year, and let's say nothing happened and we didn't have a pandemic that, broke the economy again, right? How many games was Microsoft going to launch with? Possibly the Medium, Halo, a bunch of other games. Like, everyone would have had more games. It's crystal clear that, nearly every single game that was set to release. That's why I think the game awards is balks, because next to no games have come out this year. It's all bloody remasters. Like, and we get to the end of the year, we get some games. Some of them take advantage of the new hardware. It's all good. These consoles came out with no system sellers, but I'd still recommend them because they're bloody awesome. Like, I know I'm not talking about another platform at the minute, but again, these fast and load times are freaking amazing. The 60 frames is freaking amazing. It's a better experience. No, people don't have to buy it, but nobody has to buy any console. It's a console at the end of the day. That's just the way I see things. Like I don't see a console as a necessary purchase, but I'm bloody glad I bought one.
Well, yeah, and you know, when it comes down to it, let's be real. You are Jamie Moran. You are the elusive gamer. Like, you know, gaming is a big part of your life, just in general, and you know, in your entertainment and stuff like that. So, you know, when it comes to these features, again, load times was a big thing that kind of, you know, had me sign in that book for next gen. Like, yo, book it at some point in time. I am getting in on one of these consoles right here. Another thing Brad was talking about was something that you talked about, Jamie, as well. In terms of the quick resume, he did say kind of like a year from now, you know, the quick resume kind of like feature will be, you know, used on a wider range of games. Like it'll be more of just a standard feature as opposed to, you know, working on these games but not those games over here and stuff like that. So even the feature set, at least with the quick resume, he was saying it would be better a year from now anyway. And I mean, to me, that wouldn't be a feature I would buy. I would spend $500 on a system for. If that was the only main next gen feature, then I would be a little skeptical on it. But everything as a whole, the upgrade in the CPU, and Jamie, now this is what I feel about this. Right now, correct me if I'm wrong here. But for people who went out and got a Series X day one or week 1 or week 2 or within the first month, you know, the people that were out there either sitting in line overnight at a GameStop or a game store over there across the pond or whatnot, for people who were really dedicated on getting a Series X, let's be real here. They didn't just buy it for any of the experiences that they're going to have now, but they invested on a platform in which their first party also interests them. The Halo, the Forza, the Gears, all the new acquisitions as well. You know, I think that, you know, when it comes to day one buyers, it's not necessarily what's on the table right then and there, which I know gamers do look at. Hardcore gamers also look at that. But I think they also look at what is coming down the pipeline, what is in the library, what is that platform known for, and what is the potential moving forward. Now, am I wrong with thinking that, like, it's not just about what is there day one and available, especially with the backwards compatibility, the way this gen has rolled in with so much kind of like backwards compatibility, bringing your games with you, all that good stuff. I think it's more about the performance in the hardware, is about the feature set, and it is about like where the games that you prefer to play, where they are at. Like I said, the Halo, the Gears, the Forzas, and the potential for what's coming in the future. I think all of that rolls into getting a new system. Am I wrong with that, Jamie?
No, I mean the future obviously plays part. Like again, we have a game coming out next week, Cyberpunk 2077, and people are split on whether they're going to wait for the next gen upgrade. People with new shiny consoles are debating whether to wait for a patch. Like, and that goes for either platform. Like, I've seen people like have this debate. We buying into these consoles, like the value you're getting, again, $500 box that can do ray tracing, 4K 60 frames, you can do 120 frames. You can play bloody Star Wars Squadrons at 120 frames on this console at like 4K or whatever. Like, that's impressive. Like, the value you get is there. We buy console. The thing is, with 2020 being weird, we can't point to another game and go, oh, that's like that. Normally, we see an E3 with these new consoles. We see the launch games and we see the games coming after. We haven't had that this year. But we already know about games coming out next year that are going to support next-gen hardware, such as Hogwarts Legacy, Gotham Knights, Outriders, Halo Infinite, Flight Simulator 2020, you know, Psychonauts, you know, all these games are going to be supporting next-gen hardware. So we buy into looking for new stuff as well. But it's like, again, you were talking about the quick resume thing. I would not buy a console for quick resume. But in practice, after me using it, I'm so happy I have it. I wanted to go back to Mass Effect 2 last night. I hadn't fired it up in a week. And guess what happened? I didn't have to wait for a load screen. It just quick resumed after a week, after it had been unplugged and moved into a different room. And that's freaking amazing.
That's insane, dude.
You know, again, it's like a convenient convenience thing. It's like, I'm spending less time loading, more time playing. I've been saying this for months. Like, that's the whole point of the whole load times thing. It's so we can play more games. Do you want to play a game for 10 minutes? Aye. Okay, so if you want to play a game for 10 minutes, how much of that's loading? Probably a minute or so in, other consoles, like last gen consoles. But now you're in seconds. You're in Assassin's Creed in seconds. You're in Final Fantasy 15 unoptimized in 11 seconds. And that's why I think these consoles are worth buying, because it's just the benefits outweigh the negatives. And the only negative is, no Halo at launch.
I mean, to some people,
I'm back.
Clowns is back, yo. But Jamie, real quick, to some people, that's a pretty big negative, though. Let's be real here. To some people, that's one a big
game.
Negative.
It's
know.
one game.
It's one of the most iconic franchises in.
It is, but the thing is, it's one game. I can't cry about spilt milk for 5 months.
Oh no, you're gonna hear about it for like I said, about a year, dude. You're gonna hear about it constantly, dude. I'm just letting you know, man. I'm not saying it's right or anything like that, but you're gonna hear about Halo Infinite until holiday 2021, because I already said that's when it's coming out. Yeah.
But yeah, that's me done.
Yo, I got you, bro. Clowns, I don't know if you were listening to the show as you were picking up your daughter, but we got into the whole Brad Sam's video, his Series X review that's not a review. Did you get a chance to check that out at all?
I tried to watch some of it, but due to time constraints, I did not get to check out the whole thing. So I just read the title that basically saying he's not recommending the Series X, but I don't know if that's like a clickbait title. So
you know what?
Are you able to?
Well, you didn't do the homework, so we're just gonna move on, and we're not gonna get your opinions on that, bro. See what happened? No, but we do got to get to Game Pass, because it seems that December is an absolutely huge month for Game Pass. Not only Game Pass on console, but of course PC as well. And it even says Android. Now, I'm going to throw out a couple of games here. 17 games in all between console, Android, and PC. And Jamie, I'm going to ask you a question about that Android. But real quick, I'm just going to throw some names out there. Rage 2, Control, Gang Beasts, Assetto Corsa, Super Hot, Mind Control, Delete, Slime Rancher, Ukulele, Greedfall, Call of the Sea, which is it's actually being debuted in Game Pass. Haven is coming to Xbox in Game Pass. On PC, let's see, Doom Eternal, Starbound. There's a game that looks like it spells out Valhalla, but there are numbers in there. But it definitely looks like it says Valhalla. Unto the Wind. Of course, we have a Dragon Quest as well. And, there's a couple other games kind of sprinkled in there. But this is an absolutely huge month when it comes to Game Pass. Now, first off, Jamie, I got to ask you, you're my go-to guy with this. Now, a couple of those tabs, it says Android. Are they talking like xCloud streaming to your mobile phone? Or are they actually talking about a mobile version of those games going into Android as well?
That's just xCloud.
Okay, all right. That's what I thought, but I was like, that is kind of weird. A couple of those games with the Android over the top. So I'm very happy that it's xCloud. So you're still getting the same type of process of game. You're not getting a toned down game. You're getting a console game that is being streamed to your phone. So that is really awesome. Now, Jamie, me and you have been talking for a while. Let me get clowns into this. Let me get clowns into this real quick. This Game Pass for December, clowns. I gotta ask you. First off, it's a huge month for Game Pass. I know people have been kind of like speculating about Control, and I see a lot of people really kind of talking about their hype to play that game. That for the people who didn't purchase it. And I got to shout out Wilmy Hood, because Wilmy Hood actually bought me a copy of that game when it came out. So shout out to my brother Wilmy for that. It is a creepy game. It is in the coolest way. It is so hard to explain the atmosphere of Control, but it is really cool. I got to ask you, clowns, from what I've said here, do you think it is a huge month for Game Pass? What are the games that kind of have your interest when it comes to Game Pass? When it comes to Game Pass for December, brother.
Well, I'm looking at this list here that I have in front of me, and I'm amazed at the stuff that they're really putting some really good stuff in the Game Pass. This is amazing. First of all, Dragon Quest Definitive Edition, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to play that. I always was interested in that. I had, it's funny. I have that, I think on PlayStation, sorry, can't say that. Ooh. I have that somewhere else, and I never played it. But I had an Xbox. I will play it for the achievements. Control, I think, is huge. I think that's really cool that it's in there. I know it's not the Ultimate Edition from what I hear or whatever, but that doesn't matter. It's still going to be, if you have Game Pass, it's basically free for you to play. So why complain? You know what I mean? Like, that's amazing. Gang Beasts. Yo,
Gang Beasts, baby!
I remember when you went to PAX, you lined up for that game. And
like 3 times, man.
Now it's going to Game Pass, and I can finally challenge you, and I can win. I can beat you.
Well, you can challenge me. You can definitely challenge me.
I will win. I will bribe Jamie to help me. Jamie, what's your price?
Yeah, I'm not playing that.
Oh
no!
Looks like you're gonna have to get Flamish. Flamish will do it.
Yeah,
man.
I'll get Flamish.
But
you know what?
Whatever you pay him, I'll pay him $1 more to go onto my side. So, okay.
Oh, and he would go for that too.
Yep.
Oh man, that's not fair.
But no, we definitely, when it comes to Gang Beasts, we got to get a bunch of people together. It is an incredibly fun game, dude.
On to the End looks really cool. I think for an indie game, that it's going to be an amazing title that's in there.
You're just trying to kiss up to Indie Gamer, because he said that in the chat as well. Shout out to the Indie Gamer. He's like, unto the end, he's like, don't sleep on it. So,
yeah. Listen to Indie Gamer. He does know what he's talking about, though, when it comes to indie games. I mean, he's always correct. He's never steered me wrong. He said Hades was going to be great, and it was great. So I know he's right.
Was the game of the year great, though?
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Starbound, I want to check that out. Yes, I will play on PC as well. Call of the Sea, I'm interested in that. The artwork kind of calls to me. Greedfall is interesting to me. I've never played it. I hear mixed things about it.
I hear a lot of people like it. I really do.
And when you can play it without having to put a dime into it, it's great. Then you get to finally make your own decision. It's like a free game to play, Haven, I like the way the cover art looks, so I'm going to play that. Super Hot, I don't like that, but I know there's a lot of fans out there for that.
Dude, I love the first game. I thought the first game was so freaking awesome.
Yeah, I'll definitely beat you at Gang Beasts then.
You hear that?
That race, what is that? I can't read it. Assetto Corsa. Yeah, that looks good. Rage 2 is awesome. Like, that's going streaming, so that's pretty cool. That's going into the Xbox cloud, as they now call it. So if you haven't played Rage 2, give that a chance, man. That was a really fun game for me. It's just like basically you just go around blowing stuff up and shooting things. It's really fun.
That is a great description, man.
I mean, well, really, that's what it was.
That is what it is, basically.
Yeah. You just shoot everything you see. You can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
Yes, Your Grace. I'm kind of interested in that. I forget why, but I know I remember I saw something about the game and I wanted to play it, and then I forgot about it. But now that I see it again, I remember it. And what's that? Back says in the chat that I can now play golf with friends with Flamish on Android with touch controls. I still can't get X to play me in that, man. He's trying to get me on that PGA game, but golf with your friends, it takes a lot more skill.
What? What?
Yeah. Oh, everybody knows this. If you don't play it the Belgian way, then you don't play it right.
Was that with one eye closed while sitting on the couch because you can't sit in a gaming chair anymore?
No, when Flamish sets up the rules for golf with your friends, he does the odd shapes. So some people get stars, some people get squares, some people get like acorns. So it varies. Yeah, it's very challenging. But I think like everything in here, there's something for somebody out there, right? I mean, there's already like 5 or 6 titles that like call out to me, definitely. But I know like for everybody, there's something out there like Doom Eternal. Mm-hmm. There's players out there that love that, man. This is like,
dude, that's fine. This is really PC, man. That is awesome.
For the people with the fantastic rigs, absolutely. Crispy says I lie. Nope. Crispy, you're just jealous of Flamish's skills. Record that clip, Xbot, so Flamish can praise me on his next show. Yeah, but I just think that there's so many good things in this, and they're really like Xbox is really pumping out like a lot more stuff.
I gotta ask, I gotta ask with this because I hear you singing its praise, and like, dude, even a month, 2 months ago, there's people that don't even prefer the Xbox platform anymore that are like, Game Pass is such a great deal and stuff. Dude, I gotta ask you, how the hell do they keep making Game Pass better, though? Like, you don't even think that there would be a way. But somehow, some way, they put in, like, Control and for PC, Doom Eternal and stuff. Like, how do they keep doing this, man? And all still while, acquiring new studios and stuff when it comes to, like, ZeniMax, with Bethesda and all that good stuff. Like, and they keep filling out Game Pass as well as doing all these other moves when it comes to the platform. Like, dude, how impressed with Game Pass are you? Because I'm almost like, this is absolutely a no-brainer for just about any type of gamer out there right now. Like, Game Pass has to be, like, thought about across the entire gaming community, man.
Yeah, when you say you wonder how they do this, I honestly think that it goes back, to Phil Spencer's leadership and how open he's made the Xbox brand and how friendly he's made the brand. I think Phil is a gamer first before a businessman. And I think that I think that he relates a lot to like all these different studios, and I think he has a lot of friendships out there just from his time in the industry. Mm-hmm. And he, it's not like he probably goes up to these people and says, all right, here's a blank check. How much to get in game? No, I think like he's known these guys over the years. He's developed friendships with them. He's just a really calm, cool dude to hang out with and talk to. And I think that a lot of these different studios feel the same way. I think that there's some friendship behind some of this too. I don't think it's all, at the end of the day, sure, they want to get paid, but I don't always think that business is always the initial first talk option. I think, you get in there, you become friends with people, you network, and then you can talk a little bit of business and say, hey, swing the idea. Like, hey, what would it take to get your game on Game Pass? Oh, Phil, we've known each other forever. How about doing it this and this? Oh, okay, great. We'll cut you a deal. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like,
well, check this out. Back from the Dead in the chat, and I know this is not a super chat, but I definitely got to read this. Back from the Dead knows how to pull at my heartstrings. He said, Destiny 2 in Game Pass alone is worth the subscription. And it's not just Destiny 2, but it's all the expansions, even the newest one, all in Game Pass. It's like wherever you would think they would go, like, oh yeah, basically maybe the base game, Destiny 2, or maybe all the expansions except for the newest one. It seems like Xbox, when it comes to Game Pass, they take that extra step forward. It's like, oh no, even the new expansion is in there, so you might as well play it in Game Pass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, and that's Xbox, me, I'm not the biggest Destiny fan out there, but I did give it a try and it looks really cool. In the first 20 minutes, I got like lost already. But I will say this, right? Destiny 2 is a huge game, and that was a huge get for Game Pass. Like, that was a fantastic get for Game Pass. There are so many people that are so happy now to play that on Xbox just because of all the stuff that it comes with on Xbox and Game Pass.
Yeah.
Like, alone, that is worth the subscription price, I think, for many, many gamers out there that really, really play that game.
Definitely, bro. Yo, shout out to Back from the Dead, brother. We gotta play sometimes. I saw you on Destiny 2, but I also saw that you basically had your crew there, and I didn't know if you were doing strikes, if you were getting into the raid or whatnot. But we definitely gotta go, and we gotta roll out in Destiny 2 together. Now, my partner in crime, the elusive gamer himself, Jamie Moran, is stepping up to the mic. Now, Jamie, again, December seems to be another huge month when it comes to Game Pass. If you're a PC gamer, if you're an Xbox gamer, if you are an Xbox Cloud gamer, there's just something there. 17 games they have announced for this month, including new releases, games that people have wanted on Game Pass as well. Dude, what games have really caught your eye when it comes to this month in Game Pass? And like I asked Clowns, dude, how do they keep doing this? It's not just that they keep adding games. It seems like they keep just taking that one or two step more to make it even more credible. Like, they go beyond what I would expect for them to do to make it a viable service, and they make it, to me, it's almost like an irresistible gaming service. Like, how do they do that, bro?
Before I get on to like how I think they do it, I just want to say like the list is fantastic. Like, we're getting Dragon Quest for the first time ever on console, and if people are new to the franchise and want to try it, there's a 10-hour demo people can try now, and you can carry over your progress into the full game. So I recommend people do that. It's just fantastic, man. Like Monster Sanctuary, first time coming to Xbox, and it's free in Game Pass. Super Hot Mind Control Delete. I've been playing that a lot, and it's really good. If you like Super Hot, it's like that, but it's more Super Hot. Call of the Sea, we've been talking about that before. The game looks awesome. It also features ray tracing on Xbox Series X and S.
Oh, ray tracing. Go ahead.
Haven. I played Haven back in June, I think. That game is fantastic. If people want a unique sci-fi RPG, that is definitely worth playing. And it comes out, that is also optimized for Series X and S.
Jamie, that game, it looked interesting when I first saw the trailers and stuff, but it was a game that I was definitely not going to invest in. But since I have Ultimate Game Pass, tell me why. I'm already like, I can't wait to download it and actually try it out, bro.
Yeah, and like it's genuinely good. Like, you play it as a couple, which you don't really get in games, and it has just a unique fighting style. It's just good. I recommend people play it. It's a very good sci-fi RPG. Greedfall, if you want Dragon Age, this is basically Dragon Age, but it's good. And
oh no,
like I complain about the last Dragon Age. I'm not new to it, but it's like Dragon Age. It's basically Dragon Age, and it's getting optimized in 2021 for Xbox Series X and S. Yes, Your Grace. No idea what that is. Ukulele and the Impossible Lair. That is meant to be very good. I've played the demo a few times. It's all right. Slime Rancher. Anyway, Control.
Slime Rancher had its moment in the sun. There was a point in time where streamers were streaming that, kids were playing that game. I know at that point in time, the 12-year-olds in this house were actually playing it a lot. I think maybe 11 to 12 at that point in time. But Slime Rancher did have its kind of like day in the sun, okay?
Yeah, there's a game called Halra or whatever that's coming to PC. You play as a bartender in a cyberpunk universe, and I really hope the developers bring that to Xbox because it sounds cool. Starbound, again, that's coming to PC Game Pass. That's highly rated on PC. And Control is fantastic. I know it's had some controversy with the whole upgrade, the next gen thing
going on right now, brother.
but it's genuinely a must-play game. It's fantastic, and overall, when we get Unto the End, which looks really cinematic, that comes out soon. It's just an overall good list. It's got a lot of variety and stuff, and it's like Game Pass to me went from this service. I was like, early in Game Pass, I was like, I don't need to subscribe to it because I had almost every single game in there, and now to me, Game Pass is as essential as a Netflix subscription. Like I subscribed to Netflix in 2013 because all my mates were saying this thing called Breaking Bad's good. And 7 years later, I'm still subscribed. And Game Pass, like, I can't see myself, like, stepping away from Game Pass because it's, like, it's just so good. You're getting new games all the time. Mm-hmm. And, like, I've seen some people, like, diss the fact that, you're going to play it through Game Pass rather than buy for it. Like, Microsoft paid the money for me to play it. Like, so there shouldn't be a worry there, and while I do buy like certain Japanese games I go in because, I really want more to come over, it's just a good offer. And, you were saying, how does Microsoft keep doing this? And, Phil Spencer recently said, if I can find the article, I'll post it. But like the developers basically say what they need and Microsoft does the best to, try and get a deal sorted. And what's funny is that you were mentioning, how did they do this? From the recent shareholder meeting, Satya Nadella recently said Microsoft is very, very much a focused on gaming company. That says it all because they have like they worth like $1 trillion. So I don't think people should be pocket watching for them. Just enjoy the games, subscribe, play some games, have a good time. Stop worrying about $1 trillion organization. You don't have to. I don't have to. I'm an Xbox fan, and I don't worry about how much money they spend because I'm reaping the benefits as well as everyone else should. Like, it's a fantastic service. And here's the thing. It's not just that. It's also the deals. You get discounts on games if you want to buy them before they leave. You get perks, and, one of the perks is getting a month of Disney+. All in all, it's just a lot of good offers. And then if you live in a territory where Microsoft Rewards is available, you're going to be getting more Microsoft points because you do daily quests and weekly quests by playing more games. They encourage you to play more games, and you get essentially this thing you can turn into real money. So all in all, it's just a fantastic service. And the funny thing is that people are skipping is that at the bottom of the Xbox News Wire page, where they go over each game and when it comes out, they end the article with, "See you at the Game Awards."
Oh no!
It's like Microsoft. Do you realize what you're doing with a statement like that? It's like, okay, cool. I read the Newswire thing whenever they drop a new article, but when I was like, okay, Game Pass, new game, okay, this is the date, and see you at the Game Awards. What does that mean? Like, tell me. Don't make me wait till the 10th or the 11th or whenever the hell it is. Like, I want to know now.
I mean, I think the expectations, from last year's Game Awards and what they did there, as we're leading up to the Game Awards, and of course, Jamie, I think we are gonna do kind of like a special kind of like Game Awards edition of the Series X podcast where we'll go through and we'll think about exactly what Xbox might do at the Game Awards. But with what they did last year, the bomb that they dropped last year, like, I think people, they're gonna have to go big from now on because they went huge last year. I think people would think of it as a disappointment if they didn't go big again. You know what I'm saying, this year. But yeah, no, that at the end of that. Now, Jamie, I also, because you talked about perks and stuff like that, and that again, when it comes to Game Pass, another thing that just makes it a step or two more than what I would completely expect, because I just recently, last month, I just recently put, Ultimate Game Pass into my name, right? I didn't realize the Microsoft Rewards program and how in-depth it is with Ultimate Game Pass, and how, like, you can earn so many points, which you can, you're cashing in basically for money when it comes to Microsoft. That's another thing. And Jamie, I don't see a lot of people talking about it, but you can really earn a lot of money back with Ultimate Game Pass if you just kind of like, you do the kind of like the Game Pass achievements and stuff like that, and get your points up, right?
I got £98 off my Xbox Series X. like really think about that. And it might have been a little bit more because the way I redeem points is a bit weird, but it's like I in 2019 I thought, you know what, wouldn't it be cool to get a next generation console but for £100 less, despite the fact we didn't know the prices. So I took advantage of Xbox, Microsoft Rewards. I do the daily quests, I do the daily searches, and literally you can get banned by buying third-party apps that do it quickly, automatically for you. It literally takes me 2 minutes to do everything, and it's done, right? Maybe it's because I'm super fast on a phone, but it's like, you can get this done. And now I'm up to, bear in mind, I had 3,000 points when I bought my Xbox Series X. Now I have 44,231 points.
Holy crap!
And do you know what I'm going to get next? I ain't paying £200 for a memory card. Here's the thing. I want that Microsoft external storage unit, but Jamie isn't going to spend £218 on a storage unit. No, I'm going to get some money off, and you know what? I reckon I can get up to 200,000 points by the end of next year, and then I'll only have to spend maybe £20 on a card.
That's insane, right there. Dude, that is incredible, and I think it's something that not a lot of people talk about. Dude, the Microsoft reward system within Game Pass Ultimate has had me playing games that I wouldn't have even downloaded in Game Pass as well. And some of the experiences, man, I gotta say, like, I'm like, yo, I'm actually enjoying myself on this game that I would never have downloaded otherwise. And yes, I've gotten a couple thousand points in so far. Of course, like I said, the Ultimate Game Pass is new as in being on my name. So I never had kind of like the I never had the opening to do the Microsoft rewards because I used to share with Snaps. But now that it's in my name, like, I can go in and I can work on the point system and get the achievements, do the things that that they ask me to do throughout the dailies, the weekly, and the monthly. And I'm starting to rack up points, man. I think it's something like more people need to talk about in terms of this service. And again, it is becoming a no-brainer. And guys, I do realize, like, this is in all honesty, I know that companies eventually want to get down and be a game streaming service. And the companies that are in kind of like console gaming and stuff, the end goal is that goal. Trust me, I know that, right? Game Pass is kind of like that Trojan horse into that, but they have made it such a great kind of like a great value, a great service, and stuff. It's just it makes it such a good deal that it's really hard to pass up. I don't know for like $15 a month for all that they give you and all the money that you can earn back and stuff. Like, I don't know how anybody can make a viable argument to not get into it if you can swing $15 a month. That's just me, talking about that whole thing. But guys, we really have to wind it down because what's up?
I gotta say one more thing while we're on this, right?
Okay.
So I was just reading. I check Slick Deals a lot, right? You're not even gonna believe this. For all the Xbox gamers out there, this is really fantastic. So according to Slick Deals, Kellogg's Family Rewards is offering a free 14-day or 30-day code for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate when you purchase one select participating Kellogg's product from a participating retailer and redeem according to the promotion instructions. How cool is that? That you could pick up like a box of cereal, or on their promotion page they're showing Pop-Tarts, Pringles, Cheez-Its. This is crazy.
Can they be stacked? Can they?
I don't know, but now I want to try that. I'm gonna go try that.
If they can be stacked, man, because like I can see people with like carts full of cereal and Pop-Tarts just to stack 14 days on top of 14 days on top. I mean, the food is gonna get eaten. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Kellogg's products, they're absolutely everywhere. So that is awesome. I wonder if they can be stacked. Yeah.
I just sent you the link, Xbot.
While we're talking about like good deals and that, like if people buy games digitally, you're gonna get even more money via the Microsoft Reward points, because I think you get I think it's like 20 cents in the US per dollar you spend.
Mm-hmm.
But if you buy Cyberpunk digitally right now, you get 6,000 points back. If you do the weekly reward streak, I'm on 21, but you get like 1,000 at week 10, 2,000 at week 20, 2,500 at week 30, and it just keeps getting better. And then you have like I don't know if it's the same in US, it's called the holiday punch card, and you get 500 points just by getting 2 EA game achievements and downloading the Xbox Game Pass mobile app. Like, it's all this free crap thrown at you.
Yeah.
For nothing. And then if you get an achievement per day, just go to the rewards app and boom, you can get 50 points. It encourages you to play more games, And it's just a cool deal, man. Like, again, like I've accidentally like let my Game Pass subscription slip one day, and I had a 19-week streak set back to 0 just because I forgot to resub. And it's like don't do the mistakes I've made, people. Like, it's free money. Yeah, it's free money. Go get it. Like, again, I got almost £100 off an Xbox Series X. You can too.
Damn, I wish I had talked to you earlier, man. I could have possibly like saved up for like and put it all towards the Series S and paid like I could have swung like $50. You know what I'm saying, at that point in time. But guys, again, Wilmy Show Gaming Beyond the Box is getting ready to go live now. Again, huge shout out to the chat. You guys have been absolutely amazing. The chat has been very, very talkative this evening, getting in on the topics we are talking about. And that's what I really like to see. Shout out to everybody with the super chats as well. You guys are absolutely incredibly generous. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Now, I'm gonna go. We're going into outros here. I'm gonna go to Clowns real quick because I know you gotta dub out. You gotta get into Gaming Beyond the Box. You gotta let that panel know that me and Jamie said what's up, by the way, and let them know that we're trying to wind down, so this way, we can get everybody over to that show as well. But Clowns, you're part of 4 Guys with Quarters. You do Gaming Beyond the Box. Why don't you let people know all the different shows, stuff like that you're into, your Twitter tag where they can go and talk games with you, brother. All that good stuff, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. So you can find me at Italian Clowns on almost all social media these days. 4 Guys with Quarters on YouTube, 4GWQ Podcast on Twitter. We had an amazing year on our podcast feeds. We hit number 93, top 100 in Canada.
Woo!
And we hit number 143 in the UK and Ireland for leisure on podcast feeds. So that was pretty amazing. I couldn't do it without the crew,
Dude, where do you come
Flamish
up with these numbers,
man? Podcharts sent me like a big celebration, and then Spotify just sent me my stats just now, and I posted them as well. 999% more hours since I started running 4 Guys with Quarters on the podcast feed. So it's kind of crazy, man. It's been blowing up, and 3 countries on Spotify alone have started listening to us, including India and Pakistan, which is really unique because I don't know anybody there on Twitter, so they're listening to us, and they're hearing positive Xbox talk, which is unique. But coming up on December 4th, I'm supposed to have Jim Hydro on from EA, and then I'm gonna get my buddy Jimmy Palmiotti on, who's in the film industry and does comic books. And then we do actually have some more voice actors and actresses, but I just have to look through the emails for all the names because I'm starting to cross names. Very hard when you start to schedule stuff. Xbot, as a podcast host, sometimes when you schedule a lot of guests, you're like, oh wait, who's supposed to be on that day?
Yeah.
And I'm having that issue, and I've already said people by the wrong name, so I'm sorry guys, but yeah. And I'm on Game Beyond the Box, I'm on Primetime Gaming with Mr. Boomstick and Friends. Sometimes I'm on the Flamish Experience. He said that he likes it when I'm there, but I just can't always be there, he said, which he's my little
like
friend
Flamish.
over there in Belgium.
It sounds
Yeah,
like it, man.
it's a
like
Flamish thing. He just eats a Snoop Kiss, his candy bowl, so it's all good. And when you invite me on your show, of course, with Jamie, it's always a pleasure being here. I love you guys. I actually love being on the show because it's a challenge to not mention any other consoles, and I love that challenge. And
you already failed.
It's
it twice,
fun,
by the way.
I did, but I caught myself time. I did catch myself this time. So I think next time I'll be fully prepared. But thank you for having me, man. You're one of my best friends in this community. I've known you so long, man. And we're gonna get Steve Downs on again, bro. We are.
Yes.
It's gonna happen.
Yes.
It might have to wait till after Halo Infinite, but it's gonna happen, man.
Nice. And I will say, Clowns, you are one of the very few people in the community that has actually met me face to face, and we hung out at PAX East, and it was a lot of fun, man. You can attest that how people hear me on these shows is how I am in real life, man. Just energetic and ready to go 110% all day, especially in something like PAX East, man. I had a blast hanging out with you, and I know it's not going to be the last time, by the way. We are definitely going to get together at either some type of show or something like that, man. But we definitely got to hang out again soon, man. That's why you got to move up to New England, bro. But I'm just gonna leave it there. And I'm gonna go across the pond to my partner in crime, the elusive gamer, aka Jamie Moran. Now, Jamie, absolutely love your YouTube channel. You got to plug that each and every time we do this show. We got to drill it in people's heads that they have to go check out, and then once they check out your channel, they're just their fingers just automatically gonna hit subscribe. I already know it is. They just got to go and check out the channel. So we got to hammer them every single week to check out your channel. Of course, your Twitter as well. Let them know where they can go to see the Elusive Gamer content and to talk to Jamie Moran about games, bro.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's always been a pleasure and awesome talking to Clans again. The reason why I like doing this podcast so much is because of you guys. Like, it's just a bunch of fun to talk about, like, Xbox and gaming with you. And my YouTube is Xbox Gaming. I literally keep it Xbox. I don't make fun of other platforms. It's just Xbox talk. I have a review coming out for the Xbox Series X this Friday where I actually review said hardware the way I think hardware should be reviewed anyway. And that's on the Elusive Gamer. I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'm at like 1,810 or something like that. And my Twitter is Jamie Moran UK, where I just talk about gaming and no drama.
Nice. Just a couple jokes here and there, but no drama. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Crispy Bomb being the moderator that he is. And yes, Crispy, it was a couple years back. Clowns came up for PAX East. Me and O-Snaps were going up there as well. We met Clowns and Mr. Inferno, and we hung out at PAX East. So yes, even though you live less than an hour away, my buddy from Florida has hung out with me before we actually met each other. Crispy, yeah, I gotta say, I gotta be honest, man. That's exactly what happened, bro. I don't know if he's gonna be mad about it, but it is what it is, man. Shout out to Crispy for doing an incredible job as a moderator. All the other moderators as well, but Crispy, he's got Thor's hammer, man. He slams it down on any time anybody says another platform besides Xbox, and that is exactly what this show is about. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I really, really do appreciate it. So as my work schedule gets kind of like gets molded, gets refined and stuff like that, me and Jamie, we are definitely going to still do the Series X podcast every day. I am looking into possibly a step up in a different direction when it comes to my job that will definitely be flexible with my podcasting hours. And if that works out, I have to go through a little bit of a process before that does. We will definitely be live on Sundays. But until then, the best thing to do is you got to follow Jamie Moran on Twitter. You got to follow Xbot448 on Twitter. And we will let you know exactly what day and what time the Series X podcast will be going live on a week-to-week basis. I do apologize for this, guys, but I am trying to make moves here and to get a more viable kind of like career situation going on as well. You guys know I would love to have my career be making content for you guys. But until that happens, until we get all those subscribers, until we get all those memberships, I got to think about jobs outside of YouTube as well. But thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for hanging out with us on this Wednesday. And I got to end the show the way I was told from the very first episode, the way I have to end the show every week. Guys, keep it gaming. And as always, keep it Xbox. Have a great night, everybody.